Peace, and welcome to Conscious Crusades YouTube page. So do a little moving and breathing with me. We're gonna target what the hips, knees, ankles, the lower extremity is what we're gonna focus on today. So we're gonna start off a little 90-90. I wanna make sure that my knees, my legs are 90 degrees, and I wanna start with the rear leg as I transfer to the other side. Each side, switching. And again, you start by picking up the back leg and a little tip. Make sure your heels are engaged. Press your heels down as you switch from side to side. 3 to 4 times. And then you can add a little lean forward each side. Can also maybe to do it with no hands. If you need hands, by all means, please feel free. They are optional. Probably want to use them if you're just starting out, though. It'll help you to make sure that you have your 90 degrees can be almost perfect. Don't feel bad if you got to be adjusting on either side. Now, we're going to come to like a hip press on your knees. 3 to 4 times each side. Press your pelvis forward. Come on your knees, press your pelvis forward, and take a look at how I have my knees tucked. Both sides. 3, 4, 5. I would suggest maybe at least 4 to 5 times each side. And if you need to use your hands, please feel free. Now, I'm going to do them one side at a time, alternate from side to side. Try not to use your hands, but again, if you need to, please feel free. Functional movement patterns. Studies show people who can get up and off the floor have a long life. That's a sign of longevity when you can get on and off the floor. These movement patterns help. And I'm noticing one side I can move a little bit better than the other. Not judging, just something I'm paying attention to. Always breathing. Come to all fours. Let's work our hip socket. Now the key here is making sure the sole of your foot and your knee go toward the ceiling as you make big circles. The sole of the foot and the knee goes toward the ceiling, making big circles, go in both directions, and try not to lean into the opposite hand. So if you're working your right leg, try not to lean into your left elbow. You can see it a little bit here. Big circles. A little tight in that hip. You can tell where I get stuck when that knee tries to go toward the ceiling. Sole of the foot, knee go toward the ceiling. In both directions, making big circles. Inhaling and exhaling. Now dog on a fire hydrant. Knee lifts 3 to 4 times, making sure the knee is in line with the ankle when you lift. And then keep it lifted and extend that leg and chamber. And when I chamber it, I always have a little lift. Make sure and hold it 3 to 5 seconds before placing that foot down flat. The big toe and knee that's down are in a line, and slide the hips back and forth. I'm pressing the sole of my foot down. Toes are pointing forward. And I'm breathing. Forward and backwards 3 to 4 times. And then go ahead and slide the hips back and see if you can maybe place the forehead down. Or not. Just rest back there and breathe into the opening. And to exit, lift that leg, chamber, and then set it down. And don't forget the other side. Same rules apply. We're going to start with the lifts. And you want to make sure that the knee and the ankle are in line. This is strength here, glute strength. Extend and chamber that leg 3 to 4 times, and then you hold it out there. Try for 3 to 4 breaths, or 3 to 4 seconds, I'm sorry. Sole that foot down flat. Slide the hips back and forth. And then once you've rocked back and forth 3 to 4 times, rest as you hang out back there for a little bit, a few breaths. And go ahead and make you lift up the torso, pick up that extended leg, chamber, and set it down. Cat-cow, nothing wrong with a little cat-cow. We are only as old as our spines are flexible. Always a go-to. Come to a seat. A little Baddha Konasana. That's the Sanskrit term, but you can also call it butterfly, and you've seen this. I got tight hips. Knees high, I'm hunched over, so I'm gonna get my block. Props are our friends. Get seated on the block, my sacrum. Hold my feet like I'm opening a book. Elbows inside my calves, knees, inner thighs. My spine is long as I lean forward, pressing my elbows into my knees to create an opening. Like a lotus flower, like a lotus opening, yeah. Go from side to side. A little bounce. Don't have to be so static. Create a little bit of movement as you create space. Hanging out for a few breaths when it feels good. I tell you, this is how a lot of times my at-home practice is. The last breath, close up the knees. And we'll get ready for, some people call this pancake, intense Western stretch, seated, toes and knees going toward the ceiling. You can start by grabbing your calves, slide them down to your shins. I like to lead with my chest. I like the back of my neck long. And when I just focus on my breath, I can begin to reach down to my feet slowly after 3, 4, 5, 6 breaths. Right here, I'm grabbing my big toes with yoga toe grip. That's my peace fingers wrapping around my big toe, clamping it with my thumb. I'm also alternating. Sometimes I straighten my knees, sometimes I bend them a little bit. And once I've taken a few breaths to get me all the way down, I see if I can rest my elbows on the mat, grab my pinky toe. The breath work is what creates the space. Can I relax my forearms gently? Making sure to breathe. So there it is. Various movement patterns and poses and stretches that you can do to, lubricate the joints, because after all, what we say, movement and motion is like lotion for the muscles in the joints. Make sure to like and subscribe. All right? Peace.